Most people think they have a communication problem when they actually have an outcome problem. They start writing, they start talking, they start explaining, but they still haven't decided what they need to happen. And when that happens, the message drifts. It feels long, unclear, and strangely unsatisfying, even when the information is technically correct. Hi, I'm Fernando Diaz. This is Workplace Growth Lab, the channel dedicated to your professional growth, and you're watching Lesson 4 of the Career Communication Foundations course. By the way, if you want to watch the full course, just click the playlist link with the same name as the course. The link is in the video description and in the first pinned comment. In this lesson, you'll learn how to communicate clearly at work by doing one thing first: defining the outcome before you speak or write. And this matters more than most professionals realize, because vague communication doesn't just make you look wordy. It slows decisions, it creates friction, and it makes good work harder to move forward. Quick question for you. Which one creates more friction in your work right now? Vague updates, unclear asks, or no deadline? Comment with the one that happens most for you. Now let me give you a continuity note so this builds cleanly on the earlier lessons. In Lesson 1, the question was, why does strong work still get ignored? In Lesson 2, the question was, how does communication build trust? In Lesson 3, the question was, useful to whom? In this lesson, the question is, useful for what? That is the shift. Audience first tells you who the message is for. Outcome first tells you what the message is supposed to accomplish. And when you combine those two, communication gets much stronger. Here is the core idea for today. Communication gets clearer when the desired outcome is defined first. Not when the wording gets prettier, not when the message gets longer, and not when you just explain more. Clear communication starts with direction. So let's define the real problem. Most professionals send messages with information, but without an outcome. They say what happened, they describe context, they mention a problem, but they never make it clear what should happen next. That is why so many work messages create a weird result. People read them, but nothing moves. No decision, no action, no progress, just more back and forth. And the reason is simple. Information is not the same as direction. Now we need 3 distinctions: outcome, ask, action. These 3 are related, but they are not the same. For example, imagine your release may slip by one day. The outcome might be, align the team on the revised timeline. The ask might be, approve the one-day shift. The action might be, your manager confirms the decision by 2 p.m. so the team can update the launch plan. Same situation, 3 different layers. And if you don't separate them, your message gets muddy fast. So here is the framework. I call it the outcome first check. Before you send an important message, ask these 5 questions. What outcome do I need? What action or decision should happen? Who needs to act? By when? What is the minimum necessary context? That last one matters more than people think. Because once you know the outcome, you stop dumping context just because you have it. You start selecting context based on what helps movement. Now I want to run a quick message clinic with you. And before I show you the rewrite that fixes this in under a minute, subscribe. If you want the rest of this course in order, Workplace Growth Lab is structured like a step-by-step curriculum, not random tips. Now let me show you the rewrite. Here is the vague version. Quick update. Onboarding has had some issues since yesterday. Engineering is looking into it. There may be form errors in some cases. Let me know your thoughts. That sounds normal, but it has no direction. What is the outcome? What response is needed? Who is supposed to act? By when? It sounds like communication, but it doesn't move work. Now let's rewrite it outcome first. Version 1. Decision needed. Update. Onboarding form errors may delay tomorrow's launch by 1 day. Outcome needed. Decision on whether to shift the launch by 24 hours. Recommendation. Approve the delay so we can fix and retest today. Needed by 2 p.m. so the team can update the launch plan. Version 2. Action needed. Update. Onboarding form errors are affecting some submissions. Outcome needed. Isolate root cause and confirm scope by noon. Needed action. Engineering to assign 1 owner now and post the fix plan in Slack by 12 p.m. Version 3. alignment only. Update. Onboarding form errors were detected yesterday. Outcome. Align everyone on the current status and next checkpoint. Current plan. Engineering is investigating now and will share scope, owner, and recovery timeline by noon. Same facts, different outcomes, different messages. That is the point. Most communication problems are not sentence problems first. They are outcome problems first. Now let's look at the mistakes that usually create drift. Mistake 1. I'll send it and see what happens. That is not communication strategy. That is hope. Mistake 2. Vague asks. People write things like, "Let me know what you think," when what they really need is a decision, an approval, a review, or an owner. Mistake 3. No owner, no timing. If nobody knows who needs to act and by when, the message creates ambiguity, and ambiguity creates delay. So what should you do instead? Use the 30-second pre-message exercise. Before your next important email, Slack message, or meeting update, fill in 4 blanks. Outcome. Who, by when, minimum context. That's it. If you can answer those 4 quickly, the message will usually get much clearer. And if you can't answer them, that is a useful warning sign, because it means you may not be ready to send the message yet. That alone can save you from a lot of weak communication. Now let's recap. Messages fail when they contain information but no direction. Outcome is the result you need. Ask is the request you make. Action is what someone needs to do next, and the fix is the outcome first check. What outcome do I need? What action or decision should happen? Who needs to act? By when? What is the minimum necessary context? If you use that before your next important message, you'll sound clearer fast. And more importantly, your communication will move work instead of just describing work. Now here's what comes next. In Lesson 5, I'll show you how the 4 ideas from this course actually work together in one simple communication ritual. And one missing step in that ritual is usually the real reason a message feels hard to write in the first place. If you want that integration lesson next, hit like. I'll see you in Lesson 5, and we'll make this practical fast.